Welcome back to my hobby prison. Oh, man. All right, here we go again. We're going to take a break from Whiskey Juliet. We're going to put her on pause because we're going to revisit painting the hood. See, what happened was I got a lot of comments about painting that Rustoleum, and so we're going to do it different. We're going to try the mixture that says on the Rustoleum can was 4-to-1. And then we're going to add a hardner where there's a third, so we're going to be 4-to-1 to a third. And we're going to paint it vertical. I'm definitely going to remember to use the tack rag on it. And I'm going to paint lighter coats. We're not going to wait as long between coats. And before I sand it, I'm going to let it set for a week. So first things first, let's get things hung up. Let's get it ready to paint, and then we'll paint it. We'll mix our paint 4-to-1 to a third, and we'll shoot it. It'll be interesting, if anything. I'm just going to stop it for the night because I want to try to do this all in one day, but it's all taped off. It's all ready to go. I think I got my pattern. Look at that spray pattern. I mean, look at that fan. There's no hardner in here, so I think that's why this is still wet. It's a little tacky. It's only been maybe a half an hour, and I'm gonna thin it 50-50. The instructions on the can say it can be thin 50-50, so I'm going to thin it 50-50 and check the spray pattern on that. But other than that, we should be able to go tomorrow. We're going to spray it, let it tack up, spray it again, let it tack up, spray it again, let it get hard enough so you can touch it and handle it. It should take 3-4 hours. Tape it off and move to the next section. So that's why I want to start tomorrow, so we can try to get it done in one day and see how it goes. So get that light out of your way. Anyway, you guys have a great rest of your night, and I'll see you tomorrow.
The next day.
All right, it's the next day. We're fixing to spray. I got my barrier hung up. I'm going to hang the hood and paint it vertical. I've got this wire right here that I'm going to hang it on. It's just that wire that you use to tie up rebar, and I just doubled it and twisted it together with a power drill. It's going to be strong enough to hang this hood up because the hood's made out of aluminum. It's not heavy at all. So we're going to hang it. Well, first we're going to wipe it down with wax and grease remover. Then we're going to hang it. Then we're going to tack rag it. And then we'll spray it. I did want to show you my paint gun, though. I think we got it dialed in. It took a while to get it figured out, but I think we got it dialed in. I've got it spraying at about 26 PSI. Fan's fully open. Liquid's fully open. About 6 inches away. See, look at that. It's almost perfect. 80% overlap. You're going to have a good wet edge. I'm thrilled. Look at that. That's got to be like a foot. That's a nice fan pattern. I think it's going to turn out better this time. That's a 50-50 mix with 1/3% hardner, or 1/3 part hardner. So I got 1 part paint, 1 part thinner, 1/3 part hardner. Fingers crossed. Let's hope for the best.
Doing the bull dance, feeling the flow, working it.
So we're going to start with a really light coat, let it tack up for 15 minutes, and then put another coat on, and maybe another coat. Testing. Okay. I don't know, man. I don't think my spray technique is very good. Wow, that's worse than before. Then I've got the air pressure up. Anyway, we're going to wait 15 minutes, let it tack up, and we'll spray another light coat on it. All right, it's been about, well, it's not been quite 15 minutes, but touch it, it's tacky. So we're going to try to put on another light coat. Light coat. Jeez, you can see how much orange peel's on that sucker from here. Oh, well. Looked like it was a little dry down here. Doesn't look so much now, but I don't know if it's really going to matter. That looks like a lot of sanding to me. Anyway, we'll wait about 10 more minutes and we'll put on the third and final coat. It's been 10 minutes. Pretty tacky. We're going to spray it again, and we're going to wait a few hours to see if the tape, God, that's worse than the other, that's worse than all the mixes I've done. That orange peel, it's not even flowing out. Okay, well, if any of you want to know how to get, run away. Anyway, what I was saying is, if any of you want to know how to get really good orange peel paint Rustoleum, do a 50-50 mix with 1/3 hardner. Turn your gun up to 26 psi, fan wide open, fluid all the way open, and spray it 6 inches from the surface, and do 3 coats. And wait about 15 minutes between coats, 10 to 15, and that'll do it. We're gonna do a different next for this next layer, but we're gonna let this wait a few hours and see if we can tape it so we can put another color on it and not have to wait 12 hours. Wow, whatever's going on out there is well, it's still really orange peely, but ignore those runs you see them. But flattened out a lot, flowed out quite a bit. Can you see it? Yeah. But I did touch it at 2 hours. It was dry to the touch. It's been 4 hours, so we're going to strip it down and try a different section and a different technique. Hopefully it's good tape.
He says, well, you did it the right way, but I charged it again. And then he was asking it.
We do a quick spray here, show you what pattern we're at. We'll hit it right here. This is the same 50-50 mixture, 50% paint, 50% thinner, but air pressure's down to 20 psi, and I'm shooting, that's a good 10 inches away right here. It looks atomized, but try to drop our fan down. That looks okay to me. So our fan is about, the knob's halfway turned in, 20 psi. We should be good to go. All right, you ready for this? We're going to hit it with the tack rag and then hit it with the light coat. Wait a few minutes and then hit it again with some more heavier coats. So just to reiterate, we're at 20 psi and further away. And we're going to move it fast. Okay, we'll let that dry, tack up, come back and hit it with another coat in about 10 minutes. You guys ain't going to believe this, but I didn't hit it with the tack rag again. How frustrating. It's like, I don't even have an answer for that shit. That's ridiculous. Been 10 minutes. It's a little dry here, but that's okay. And it's tacky. So, do another little bit heavier coat this time. Oh, and not so close again, Vic. Further away. Take a look here. Let's go look at that. You see what's in the way? Oh, it's the phone. It's hard to show that without the phone shadow in it, but yeah, it's got a lot of orange peel, but we're going to come back with another wetter coat in about 10, 15 minutes. Time for the third coat. It's just a little tacky. So it's drying a lot faster than when you put it on heavy. But we're going to do a pretty wet coat this time. Hopefully no runs. And we'll wait a few hours. We'll wait 2 hours and see if it flowed out. Because this paint thing we did up here, that was 2 hours. And it had flowed out a good bit. Let's take a look here. I don't know. It really is orange peely. Is it more orange peely than the last one? I don't know. Let's see how it flows out in a couple hours though. It's an hour later and you can already touch it. It's dry to the touch. And you can see the orange peel. However, even though it's still really orange peely, this has been the best result out of 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5th try. This has been the best result. I didn't even tack rag it. And so it was 20 psi, 10 to 16 inches away, a slow coat, a light coat, a medium coat, and a wet coat. Looks pretty good so far. We got to do this bottom part, and we're going to change it up a little bit to see if we get a different result. All right, it's been 2.5 hours. Orange peely, but it's dry. So we're going to go down to the last color. And by the time I get ready to spray it, it'll probably be 3 hours. Okay, we're gonna do a test spray here. These are exact same settings as it was on that other. The ratio is different. The ratio is 5 parts to paint, 2 parts thinner, 1/3 part hardener. Other than that, it's all set the same. And that pattern looks great. All right, let's do the tack rag and get to spraying our last area. All right, Vic, remember 1 light coat, tack. All right, let that tack up for 15 minutes. Move on to the second coat. Okay, we're doing a medium wet coat. Well, I can't really tell in this light, but it doesn't look like there's any orange peel in it. Let's take a look. Yeah, we need a different light, but it looks pretty. No, yeah, you can see it. Orange peely. Well, maybe it'll probably flow out like the other ones did. Oh, well, that's great. You didn't see that last coat. Anyway, I put it on thick. I don't see any runs, and that's got to be it for today. That's 3 coats. Got to get up early, go to work in the morning, so I'm not going to be able to take it apart tonight, but we will tomorrow. We'll see how it looks, and we'll compare the ratios and the distances. I'll see you tomorrow. Back at it. It's the new day. Let's check out. Yeah, there's still lots of orange peel. Keys, lots and lots, but it's going to be dry. But there's 2 things I'm interested in seeing. The difference in the orange peel situation, obviously, but also I'd like to know if that tape is going to peel that paint off that we only let dry for a couple, 3 hours. That's what I'm curious to see. So let's take her apart and open it up. Christmas morning. As long as they did. Well, I bet that'll sand off. It's not lifting the paint though. See, there's no paint here. I bet that'll sand off and it'll be fine. So I know I'm not a professional painter, but there are a few things I know. I know I shouldn't have left this taped off overnight. I do know that much, but I'm pretty sure this will sand out no problem. This up here too, tape marks. Yeah, you can feel the ridge there, which I suspected, but that's okay. So let's take a look at the orange peel. This was, oh, I did too get a run right there, not much. This side was the 5 parts paint, 2 parts thinner, 1/3 part hardener at about 10-inch distance. This one, I think this is the clearest with the least amount of orange peel. This was the 50-50, so 1 part paint, 1 part thinner, hardener, and about 10 to 16 inches away. Also, both of these were light coats. then a medium coat, and then a wet coat. This is the absolute worst. Let's get away from that. It was 50-50 also with the third thinner. So 1 part paint, 1 part thinner, 1 part hardener, but I was close, and I did not do a light, medium, and wet coat on this. Plan now is we're gonna wait 1 week before I do anything. I'm just gonna let it cure and gas out for a week. Then I'm gonna sand it. I'm gonna do the black section, maybe start with 600 just because it got those runs, try to cut those runs down, and then 600, 800, 1,000. But I'm only gonna do the other ones at 1,000 grit and see if we can get a decent surface finish before I put on the clear coat. So other than that, I'll see. Well, I was gonna say I'll see you in a week, but I've got to work on Whiskey Juliet. She's got lots of sanding that needs to be done, so I can spend a week sanding while I'm waiting for this thing to cure. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. It's been 6 days. I painted it on Friday, and now it's Friday again, so I'm not gonna wait 1 more day. But you can see, putting the tape and all this texture, that's from the masking paper, masking sheet, whatever. So I waited 2 or 3 hours before I masked the just painted side, and you can see that didn't work. So it's probably better if you're gonna mask it to wait at least 12 hours. That's what I did on this side over here, and I didn't have this kind of issue. This side, well, we're gonna sand it. We're gonna start with this. Because of these runs, I'm gonna hit it with, where are they? Right here. Gonna hit this black part with 600 and go to 8 and 1,000. These other ones, I'm just gonna start with 8 and go to 1,000. Wet sand it, and then we'll clear it. This is the 800. You can barely see where that is, where that run was. I'm hoping the 800 to 1,000 will knock it out. And I try to hit this, knock this ledge down a little bit, but dolled up pretty good. I hit this side with the 800 or the 600, but we're gonna start here. We're gonna do 800, and then we're gonna do 1,000, and we'll get ready to clear coat it. Here's the bad news. I had to start with 600. It just wouldn't cut it down to 800, so I went with 6. I hit everything with 6, then 8, then 1,000. You can still see where that run was. I guess my advice is don't run your Rustoleum. All we need to do now is mask it off, and we'll clear it, see how it turns out. Getting ready to clear coat. There's my spray pattern. It's about 22 PSI. Fan fully open, fluid fully open, and I've got 12-inch spray pattern. Here's my run, but that's okay. Hopefully it'll turn out better than the first 2 tries, the first 3 tries, I mean. I was actually pretty confident in this one, a lot more than the last one, but I got a lot of runs. This is interesting. I don't know, unless that's residual wax and grease remover. I don't know, it looked pretty dry to me before I started painting it. Weird. And besides the 10,000 runs and the orange peel. Oh look, did it down here too. I wonder if this gray is not doing it. And I didn't do it last time, so I don't know. Weird. There's a lot of runs. Anyway, I'm not gonna worry about that. This was my best paint mix and spray anyway, the dark gray one. We'll focus on that. So, I'm gonna wait about 15 minutes and put another coat on and watch it run.
Let that dry 24 hours and try to see what it looks like after we sand it and buff it.
I don't know if you can hear the cars in the background, but we have dirt track races going on here. Okay, so the dark gray, I mean, it turned out the best. You can still see orange peel, but by and far, this has been my best outcome. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna get rid of the runs and show you how I'm going to do that. I don't know if it'll work or not because I don't do this for a living. I'm just experimenting. But try to get rid of these. And then this, I can't live with that. I'm going to have to sand this whole part down and respray it and recoat it. Both sides. So that's going to delay that's going to delay this video even more, but I don't know what happened. Oh, by the way, it's been over 24 hours. All right, so we went through here. Obviously, if you guys are trying to paint your vehicle the way I do it, don't do it the way I do it. Because I don't know what I'm doing. And I'll be the first to admit it because I don't do this for a living. I'm just trying it. Just seeing if I can do it and what kind of a job I can do. So next I'm gonna send out all this stuff and this stuff, repaint it, and re-clear it. Here we go again, third time. And I sanded all that down to 600. I put some, this doesn't count, but around the edges I put some self-etching primer down here too, along the edges and where we sanded through, right in through here. But we're gonna do the black. It's set for 20 psi, 50-50 paint to thinner mix with 1/3 hardner. And we're gonna go 3 coats, a light coat, a medium coat, and a wet coat. And we're gonna keep a distance of about 10 inches, hopefully. We're gonna try it and see how it works out. All right, feels sticky, like the back of a piece of tape. So we're gonna put another coat. already see some trash in it. Like it's dry right there. But we're gonna do one more coat, heavier, in about 10-15 minutes. It's been about 15 minutes. Pretty sticky still. That's good, that's what we want. We're gonna put on a little bit wetter coat this time. You call that good.
Okay, a little bit wetter coat.
Let that orange peel up and then we'll go mix up some of this gray.
It's time for the gray. Remember, we're doing a light coat, then a medium coat, and a wet coat.
It's been about 10 minutes, but it's such a light coat. It's just, I think it's the right tackiness. Feels like the back of a piece of tape. So go with the heavier coat right now. Just give it another few minutes and put on the third and final coat. More orange peel and an orchard furl of oranges, isn't it? Not quite as bad as the black. I don't think, maybe you just can't see it as well, but anyway, third and last coat. Hope I got enough paint to make it a little bit wetter. Pretty orange peely, but I'll show it to you maybe tomorrow, but other than that, we'll see you in a week. Okay, this is overnight, and this is the reflection. It's orange peely, but you know what? Overall, it's not bad. Welcome back. It's been a week. See the reflection? Yeah. Well, you can still see the marks from the paint came up before, but I don't care. It's time. What we're going to do now is we're going to sand it. I'm not going to bring you in for that. You've seen me do it before, especially if you watched my last video. But start with 600, go to 8, and then do 1,000. And I'll bring you back when we're ready to put the first coat of clear on. Okay? See you in a few minutes. Ready to rock and roll. Just gotta check the spray pattern on the gun and make sure it's ready to go, and then we'll spray.
We're going to do one really light coat, wait for it to pack up, then we'll put on a wet and another wet, hopefully. That's the plan anyway. Let that tack up for a few minutes, and we'll put on another coat.
Forgot to use the tack cloth again.
Yeah, here we go.
I think that orange peel is from the Rustoleum paint, but I don't see it. I don't see the clear coat coming off delaminating or whatever it is from the base coat like it did the last time I painted it. So we're gonna wait a few more minutes and put on another wet coat.
One more wet coat, we'll call it good.
Well, there had no reaction this time. It's been about a half an hour, and you know, besides the incredible ridge peel and the trash in it because I didn't use my tack rag, now we'll let it dry in 24 hours or so, and we'll sand it and polish it and see what the final reveal looks like. Well, it's been about, I don't know, 16 hours since we clear coated that hood, so let's take a look and see what it looks like. Try to get a different angle so you're not looking at the camera. I gotta say, you know, it's better than the first time. Yeah, there's peel on it and stuff, but it's, you know what? You could actually get away with this and be fine, I think. For Rustoleum, not car paint, I think it's okay. But what we're gonna do, we're gonna wait overnight, and then we're gonna wet sand and polish it and see if we can just get it a little bit better. But I'm kind of happy with this, which is great news because I think this is my third or fourth with this stuff, so it's getting better. Anyway, it's time to start working on Whiskey Julia, getting her ready for paint. So we're gonna do that until tomorrow. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Been about a day and a half, and like I say, it's almost passable. If you're just gonna have a vehicle to run around out in the desert, this would pass. And that's really all I'm gonna have this vehicle for, but I'm gonna do it anyway because I want to. I want to see if I can do it, see what it turns out. Today's the day we're gonna sand it. We're gonna do wet sanding with 1000, 1215, and 2000. Then we're gonna use Meguiar's, I think it's Ultra Cut, and then polish it. We'll see how it turns out. And you guys can watch me sand it if you want, or it's not like you've never seen it before, or you can just fast forward it and we'll see what it turns out in the end. Looks like we got some pretty good scuff marks. It's a pretty dull finish. We're going to try to buff them out now. I got the Meguiar's Ultra Cut Compound. Says it does 1200 grit. and finer scratches. So that's 2,000. It'll turn out better than the other. These little things right here, I'm not worried about. All I'm looking for, I'm not looking for a good paint job. I'm looking to see how flat we can get this Rustoleum and clear paint. Picked up some new polishing compound. This was like, I don't remember, it's quite a bit off. The Harbor Freight Tools had it on their clearance. So it says it's a deep gloss cleaner and polish, so we're gonna use it. You know what? I'm happy with that. It's nice. Is it car quality? Like car paint quality? No, but damn, look at it. You can see my ugly face. So I'm gonna finish doing the rest of the hood, but I'll show you when it's done, but I think we're done. I'm going to call this a win. Some sections are better than others, so. But you know what? It'll do. It really will do. I mean, it's far from perfect, but I really wasn't going for a good paint job at this point. I just wanted to see if we could multi-tone it, tape it off, and make it decent, and we did. So I'm calling this section here with the tree the best one. If you remember, this was the 50-50 mix, so 50-50 paint, 50-50 thinner, a third of a part hardner, and we sprayed a light coat, then a medium coat, and then a wet coat, 15 minutes apart from each other. And then we let that dry overnight. Well, we didn't let it dry overnight, but we taped it off within a couple hours because it was dry, but that wasn't good. So we're gonna let it dry overnight. And then we're gonna sand it. If we get a good finish where it's not all chunky like those other two were here and this one, we'll start with 800 and then 1,000, and then we'll put the clear coat on it. But I'm actually pretty thrilled with how it turned out. It's not perfect. If you have more time than money, which really nobody does, because you run out of time, you can't replenish it. You can money, but this is not an efficient way to paint a vehicle. It's just, there's a lot of work to it. There's a lot of time. This video took a lot of time because there was lots of waiting, and after we got done applying all the paint, we waited a week before we put on the clear coat. Well, we waited a week before we sanded it and then put the clear coat on, so it really took a lot of time, but I think total, what it's going to cost me to paint Whiskey Juliet's going to be like 200 bucks compared to 1,000 or more. And who knows, you know, I'm not a professional painter. Who knows if I screw that up? This is I can afford to screw up. So I think I figured it out. I hope this helped everybody. I thought I'd just jump in here while I'm coloring and summarize everything that I did, everything that well, I can't summarize everything that I did, but basically break down what I felt gave me the best results. And so basically I was using that HTE gun from Harbor Freight, the Black Widow. It comes with a 1.3 tip, and I set the gun with the fluid was fully open. The fan, took a lot of experimenting, but it was about a halfway dialed in. So I took the fan knob and I turned it in about halfway, and then I think I got a really good pattern. And I put the PSI at 20 PSI, and I tried to keep my distance at about 10 inches as best as I could. It's when I was doing it, it was something that I struggled with, was trying to keep that at 10 inches. I don't know why, it just did. But anyway, that's what I found out worked the best. And then I put on a light coat, a medium coat, and then a wet coat, and I waited about 10 to 15 minutes between coats. Now after the first coat, the light coat, that thing's gonna dry pretty quick. So I think I only waited maybe 10 minutes on that one, but between the medium coat, it was about 15 minutes. And then the ratio, how I mixed that Rustoleum, I used 1 part Rustoleum, 1 part thinner, I used acetone, and then 1/3 part hardner. And that really did it for me. So there's the 5 parts to 2 parts to 1/3 part. That did okay, but the 1 part paint, 1 part thinner, 1/3 part hardener worked the best for me. And if you're gonna do a 2-tone or multi-tone, I would say wait at least 12 hours before you taped off the parts that you've already painted. Because I waited, I mean, the paint was dry when I did it. I waited 2 hours and it was dry. But when I took the masking tape off the parts that I had painted to protect those parts, it left masking tape marks. So if you don't want to sand your paint, then don't do that. Anyway, that's how I did this hood, and the results were a lot better than any of the other ways that I had did it. So hopefully this helps you guys, and if it's something that you wanted to do, it's doable, and I think it makes an acceptable result. I think we're going to finally call it for this one. It's been a long time. It's, a month since I put this up, the last one up. I think we're going to call this one done. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it made sense for you. I hope it helps you if you decide you want to multi-tone paint your vehicle with Rustoleum and clear coat it. Learn from me what not to do. And next project is we're going to multi-tone Whiskey Juliet. Thanks for stopping by my hobby prison. I'll see you on the next one.